whenever I think I have everything all together, and then realize I forget to check the volume. I forgot to check the volume. That's okay. That's okay. Oops, is the dog... Yes, dog cameras.
Thank you for
fantastic.
subscribing to Quilt Tony. Grab
you
your
so
needles
much.
and head down to the sweatshop. I mean, factory.
Alright, first.
Pondu Zero Rose.
Pondu Zero Rose. Epistry, thank you so much for the host. Socken, thank you so much for your 14-month tier 1 sub. I super appreciate you. Seriously, thank you so much. Marin, thanks to the host. And then Marin, thank you for the tier 1 19-month sub. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I'm louder than music? Okay. Fantastic. Alright. Hi. I feel weird. It's been almost 2 months since I streamed from my studio. Like, this feels very weird. I'm home. I'm actually home. No, I'm only home for 2 weeks. So this week, next week. So we have an abbreviated schedule. Hey, Hexadoodle! How are you? How are you, Hexadoodle? Thank you, Impistry. Thank you for the welcome home. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I super appreciate that. So yeah, no, it feels very weird. So, oh, hello, mister. Hi. Are you a streamer? Do you want to sit in the chair and be streamer? Yes. You're a very good boy. You are.
Thank you for subscribing to Quilt Tony. Grab your needles and head down to the sweatshop. I mean, factory.
I thought that was coming whenever you said 20 months. Thank you so much for that 20-month resub. I adore you, and I appreciate you, Hexadoodle. Thank you. Hexadoodle, if you want to go to market at all, spring or fall, let me know. We can work something out to hang out and do stuff. Anyways, alright, so Quilt Along. So we have an abbreviated schedule for the next 2 weeks. It is just basically going to be Mondays and Thursdays. Today is the, I know, right? Today is block number 12, the very last block of our Quilt Along. It is the Death Whale, which would help if I had my stream deck up and ready. I set it up, but then I forgot to do the thing. There we go. There's our Death Whale. So this is what we're working on today, is block number 12 of our Quilt Along. And then next Monday, starting at 1 o'clock, we're assembling everything. So we're assembling all the blocks. I will teach you how to do the sashing, and I'll teach you how to do some extra borders if you want to add extra borders on. No, this is Bubble Bobble. Death Whale's Bubble Bobble. So whenever you played Bubble Bobble and you took too much time to do stuff, the Death Whale would come on and it would chase you around and try to kill you. And then if you died, well then the time reset again. So basically, yeah, no, he's horrible. He was a horrible, horrible, horrible opponent that I absolutely hated. Like, gave me, like, hate that thing. But it's an amazing block, and I love it. And then Thursdays. So this Thursday we are going to do our second round of Dragon Con giveaways. I still had, I believe, 12 left over when I stopped streaming on Thursday, so we're going to finish those up this Thursday, in addition to any giveaways that are triggered this stream. Oh, and don't worry about this overlay. Nikki is running a little bit late today. She will update it whenever she gets here. So then that way she can mark down, because she's keeping track of how many giveaways there are, so that she can let me know, so we can do them on Thursday. So 12 plus whatever we have today, and that's what we're going to do. Hey, Minion Mama, how are you today? So if you missed the Dragon Con recap stream last Thursday, have no fear. We're going to do it again this Thursday. And I may do something a little different. I haven't decided if I'm going to work on my exhibit quilts or if I'm going to be blinging my shoes. So I'll figure that out on Thursday. We'll decide. Then next Monday, like I said, is the assembly. Next Thursday, if you are watching this live, then you have the so if you're watching this live or before next Thursday, we are raising money next Thursday night for Starlight Foundation. The Starlight Charity is a children's foundation that brings 3D technology and video games to children's hospitals in the United States. It's a wonderful, fantastic charity. I did lots of research before I decided to join and raise money for them. So we are going to try to raise $2,000 before next Thursday. And the reason why I'm mentioning this during this stream, because I have an announcement, and this is the stuff that I didn't get to on Thursday. I'm also going to be talking about this Thursday. We have a very special stream scheduled. mark your calendars, because on Friday, November the 22nd, so Friday, I know Jose was very excited when he heard I was doing a stream next Thursday to raise money. I haven't told him what we're doing yet, Jose, but so November the 22nd, mark your calendars. We're doing a very special stream. And if you are watching this on YouTube after the 22nd, have no fear. The video should be on YouTube because we are putting it on there. Because I am going to the home studio of the amazing and fantastic Janiela Macbeth. So remember this lovely lady who donated a whole bunch of fantastic quilt books to the May St. Jude? Well, she has donated 5 more books that we are giving away next Thursday night for the Starlight Foundation. We're giving away these books, so you guys could possibly win them. And I'm giving away a set of my scraps. So this set of scraps for this quilt-along, I am giving away next Thursday. So if you are a quilter, if you did not get a chance to do this quilt-along with us, if you want my scraps, my personal scraps, I have 2 sets. Because remember, I made this quilt to test it, and now I'm making it with you. So I got 2 sets of scraps. I only need 1 set. So I'm going to be giving away those scraps, and it's right there. It is exclamation Starlight, if anyone ever wants the link. I do not have the overlay. I do not have the announcement, so I don't know yet if anyone donates, but please share it, share it, share it. And we're going to be giving that away. So we're giving away 5 copies of this book and a set of my scraps, because on Friday, November 22nd, I am going to her house, and she's going to teach us what we can do with our scraps. So if you are super interested in getting rid of your fabric stash and using up all your scraps, make sure it's called Scrap Stastic Quilts. So Scrap Stastic, come here. There we go, free motion. There we are. This is the quilt, this is the book. We're going to be giving 5 copies of these away. If you don't win a copy, make sure you pick it up yourself so that you can, let's see. I'm getting used to using this. So you can pick up your copy in plenty of time before November the 22nd. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. Hey, I'm Chad. Super, super excited. It's going to be an amazing thing. So what are we doing next Thursday to raise money? Ever since it was announced, my community has been trying to get me to do a Twitch sing stream. And I have said no. Because I can't sing. I don't like singing. I know, right? Actually, I know, right? It's all in caps. Hey, Rabbit Fairy! So, I have decided I am giving in. Next Thursday, we're doing a Twitch sing stream. You can throw money at me to do certain things, or to sing certain songs. You can request songs. So we're still figuring all that out, but next Thursday, that's what we're doing. In the meantime, if you want a chance to win these scraps from this quilt along, or want a signed copy of one of Jan's books, please, 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 there is the donation link. You can go ahead and put that in. Yes, and as you see, Jose is very excited about this. I'm still working with my mods on incentives, on, donating for different things during the actual stream. But for now, it's every $5 that you donate, you get 1 ticket to win books and scraps. So it'll be a lot of fun. All right, so block 12. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, Matt. There we are. So we've got our previous blocks. Whoops. Really? Really, camera? Come on, this is your first stream back. What are you doing to me? Deactivate. Activate. There we go. Alright, now it's good. You got a few songs picked out? Yes. Yes. And that's the thing, right? They need to be PG. Ish. Okay. So we have our previous blocks. We have our fabric. So let's figure out what we need for this block. And look, I actually printed the instructions out. Oh, it's mostly Disney? Hey, Lego-ish, how are you? Alright, so... I take it because you're in here, you're not streaming today? You decided not to, or are you going to have a late start? Alright, so we need black, white, red, and pink. Here is black. Here is white. Now, pink and red. Oh, here is pink. And here is red. Now, for the stream, we're not only going to be getting rid of all of our scraps. In fact, on the 22nd, I mean, here's all of my scraps from the first quilt. So, that is all of my scraps for the first quilt. So you could win all of this. So if you, because I've had a few stores contact me saying, so we've got a bunch of leftover fabric. What do we do with this? And that's why we're doing that stream. So that is what you should have left over. In addition to some leftover fabrics, as you see. That's perfectly fine. All right, so we have those four. All right, so we don't need this. Let me set that aside. And next. Oops, I don't need these. I've got that. Okay, so if a block is being made a part of, use the following strips from previous blocks. Okay, so I need hunting duck, and that's it. It looks like just the hunting duck. I swear, hold on, I swear that I used more. That I used a red-pink combined. And a possibly red, white, or white, pink. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. I know I'm going to use hunting duck. I think I missed something. Alright, let's look at this. Are there any red, pink? Yes. Okay. I'm just double checking my instructions just to make sure. Yeah, red, pink. Okay, because how much red, pink do I need? Yeah, no, I missed it. I missed it when I was writing my instructions. And this isn't something that my testers can pick up on. Okay, so I am updating this. If you are doing this along with us, pull your red, pink, combined strip and leftover pieces from puzzle tetrads. Okay, so that was the red, pink. Now let me see if I can find a white to red and a pink to white. So white, red, white, pink. See if I can find those anywhere. Okay, don't think I have any white in this. No. Okay, that's a possibility. This is my hunting dog. Don't need that. Okay, this is white and red. Do I have any combined whites? No. I just have a single little bit here, and I don't think that was enough. Okay, so the white, red, I need to make. Okay. Now I still need the hunting duck, and I still need pink.
Thank you for subscribing to
Rabbit
Quiltony.
Fairy.
Grab your needles and head down to the sweatshop. I mean, factory.
Rabbit Fairy, thank you so much. Hey, Rosalind! Thank you so much for that 10-month resub. I super appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so the hunting duck. We need the black strip. And the white strip. Is that all I have for black? I guess so. Okay, so how much black? That should be enough. Let me do my... Where's my calculator? Oh, there it is. It's on the ground. Cat must have knocked it over while I was gone. Okay. Alright, let's do some math. So, we need... I have one... You know what? I think that should be enough. That should be enough. That's fine. I don't need to do math. I don't need to do no stinking math. Oh, Jose, I have not yet added your pixels for the DragonCon streams. If you look at the schedule, whenever I add your pixels in, I take the thing off the schedule, so it's still sitting on the schedule. I just haven't had time. I'm planning on doing that before Thursday's stream. Okay, so there's my hunting deck. Okay, so I need 2 of those. 1 of those. And do not cut 1/2 of white and black. Okay, so do I need the red and the white? Oh, now I know why I said I didn't have to pick it. Because I have to cut a red and a pink strip anyways. Now I know. Okay, I remember that. Nix that. You don't have to pull that from Tetris. Because if I have to cut a 1.5 inch strip of white and red anyways, and I have to use half of it to add to white, or red and pink, I'm sorry, if I have to cut a 1.5 of red and pink anyways, and I have to add half of it to the white, I may as well just add the half to each other and use it. So that was my logic. So yes, no, this is absolutely correct. We do not pull this. Okay, I'm just going to stick this in here for now, because this is the last block, I don't need it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Never mind then. So, let's cut these together. So I'm done with my blocks. Let's set the blocks aside. And I'm knocking things over. It wouldn't be me unless I did. Perfect. Okay, so let's cut our strips. So, red. I need 1.5 inch strip of red. Let's cut a little bit off. Let's square this up and make sure that our cut right here is nice and straight. Hey, Nikki, how are you? I made sure no one touched the overlay so you could see how many giveaways we had. Nothing exciting has happened. Except I thought I messed up, but I didn't. Okay, so there's our red. And then pink. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Pink is, remember, it was a remnant. So whenever I cut it, I'm going to cut 2 because I'm cutting basically half strips. There we go. Okay, and then white. I need 1 2.5 and 2 1.5. Alright, let's see if I can get 2.5 out of this. No. So this is going to be a 1.5.
Congratulations, you have just followed Quiltoni. Your taste must be exquisite.
8-Bit Murphy, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the 12th week of our quilt along. We only have 1 more week after this. Oh, and Nikki, I also talked about exclamation starlight. I did talk about it. I did talk about next Thursday a little bit that we're going to be doing a Twitch Sings stream to raise money for Starlight. There we go. There we go. Hey, Niku, how are you? Alright, and then let's do it 2.5 here. Oh, let me iron this really quickly. Now, everyone got to see my new mini Oliso iron 2 weeks ago, right? I love it. It's pretty cool. I still haven't gotten the steam figured out on it yet. I mean, let's be honest. I haven't read any of the instructions. Or Googled anything about it. So I haven't figured out the steam yet, but I'll figure it out eventually. But it's still pretty darn cool. And it's really strong and powerful as for a travel iron. Okay, so 2.5. There we are. So white is done. Now for black. Black, I need oh, it looks like I have more than what I needed. Fantastic. I'm just saying for the fabric. I think I overestimated whenever I asked for the extra fabric from the company, just to make sure that I had enough. Okay, and then black, I've got 2.5 inch. Okay, and then a 1.5. There we go. Alright, any questions on the quilt along so far? I have a feeling that today's is going to go pretty quickly. Just because it is our last one. And it's a pretty simple block. Okay. Next, we've got those cut out. So now, from the 1.5 inch strips, cut all strips in half, except for 2 white and 2 black. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to pull, and thank you for picking up that pattern. I appreciate it. I forgot to pull the white and black combined strip from the hunting duck. I pulled it out. But then I forgot to get it. Alright. Oh, hunting dog. I can read. I can read. Hunting dog. Not hunting duck. Alright. Hunting dog. That would help. That would help. Okay. Black and white combined strip. There we go. Okay. Alright, so then I should only have to combine 1 white and 1 black. Okay, so I'm combining 1 white and 1 black. And everything else gets cut in half. Dang it! You know, I think when I think that I've done everything for the stream, and I haven't forgotten anything at all. Thank you, Nikki. I almost forgot to release the pattern. So I was supposed to release the pattern on Friday, and I completely forgot. And then I remembered Sunday morning. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to release this today, aren't I? So I'm lucky I remembered. I'm lucky I remembered yesterday to release it. So yeah. Thank you very much for updating that. I appreciate you. Ah, super appreciate you. Okay. All right, so these all need, so these are already cut in half. So let me cut in half the red and then the white. Red. And then the white, perfect. Okay. And I've got those. Okay, so let's cut the 2.5 from the white. All I'm doing is ironing my strip that's already folded in half. All I did was iron it just like that. So let's put that on there and let's iron this one. Okay. Now I've got it set up where I've got both of the strips. Thanks, Nikki. I've got the strips, so I'm basically cutting 4 at a time. So I've got 2 and 2. That's not supposed to glare like that. I'm debating on standing on my chair that my dog is on to reach the light. Stay right there, Marley. Don't move. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. That didn't make a difference, did it? No. That didn't make a difference. Well, shoot. Let me put that back then. Ugh. I know you're such a brave boy. You're such a good boy. You didn't see anything? You didn't see anything? Shh. 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 Monkey's not here. You didn't see anything. I didn't do anything. Alright, so I'm cutting it in strips of 4. So in groups of 4. Because I have 2 folded strips. The regular one, and then the one that I pulled from the other block, sitting on top of each other. Alright, so we've got 5 4.5. So there's 4. 5 1.5. There's 4. And 7 2.5. There's 2. And I think that's all I got enough. There we go. I've got that. There's trash. So this. Now remember, I cut them in groups of 2. So for that, I have 5, so I've just got to cut 1 more group. And set 1 aside. Put 1 on top, set 1 aside. So remember for the whites, if you're using, I know, right? Right? Lego, behave. Oh, you're busy. Okay, good. Hey, Jan! I talked about you earlier. Hey, Jan. Exclamation starlight, please. So don't forget, if you're using the Toscana white, it's a weird pattern in that it's hard to see which is the right and the wrong side. So I fix it all right now before I actually do my sewing. So then that way I know that what is there is good to go. All right, so there's my 5. Now I need 7 of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so Jan, I actually set it up earlier today. Guys, Jan the Quilter is the person who I was talking about earlier. Where did I put the book? Oh, there it is. Who is donating 5 of these amazing books. 5 of these amazing, awesome, fantastic books. So if you do not get one of these amazing books next Thursday by donating to Starlight, remember, you can purchase these on Amazon. If you purchase them on Amazon, you will get them in time for our very, very special stream at the end of November, where she's going to teach us what to do with all the scraps for this quilt, for the quilt-along. And it's a fantastic book. Make sure you pick it up. Okay, so that's 4. And 2, 2, 2. Okay, 4. 5, 6, 7. Set 1 aside. And then here we have 4. I should have 5 of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And set it aside. There is our scraps. Perfect. You're welcome, Jan. Anytime. Seriously. I am so excited. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, like I said earlier, if it is past next Thursday, you can still pick up the book. It is amazing. Search Amazon Scrap Stash Stick. Make sure you spell it correctly or else it's not going to pop up in the search. Scrap Stash Stick Quilts. It's in a great book, and I can't wait to use it to make a quilt with these scraps. If this is past November 22nd, 2019, you should be able to find that stream here on YouTube, if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're live with me now, make sure you mark the date. We'll get the times together later on. We're not quite sure how long it's going to take us. We'll figure that out in the next few weeks. But yeah, no, it should be a lot of fun. All right, black. From the black. That's iron. Again, I'm ironing off camera. All I'm doing is ironing it straight with a little bit of steam to get all of the wrinkles out. And then I'm going to layer it just like I did before. Oh my gosh, I can't type with one hand. I know, right? Aren't you excited for that, Rosalind? Because Rosalind, I know, has been one of the ones. Now remember, like I said, if you want to win my scraps, I've got 2 sets of scraps from quilts I have made for this. You can win these scraps. Just donate to Starlight. Every $5 you donate, you get 1 ticket to win one of Jan's books as well as my scraps. Okay, so there's 1. Let's do a second. Now, let's say if you go, Tony, I want to win something, but I don't quilt and I don't sew. I don't want your scraps. I don't want the book. Will there be something that I can win? Yes. I have something very special planned for everyone. If you win one of the giveaways, if you donate and you win, and you are not a quilter or sewer, I have other things that you can have. All right. Let's see. From the black, we need 10 4.5. Okay, so again, I'm cutting them in groups of 4. So there's 4, 8. That's not enough for 4.5, is it? Nope. Okay. And then 8 2.5. 4, 8, 15 1.5. No, you're not gonna win, Marley. I may have something Marley themed planned to give away. Okay, so there's 8. I need 2 more. These are good. Now I need 15 1.5. No, it's nothing that Marley created, but it does have Marley's face on it. All right, so we've got 4, 8, 10, 4, 8, 10, because I cut those earlier. 12, 14, and 15. Look at that. That is perfect. That is perfect. We just have enough black in order to do that. That is perfect. Yes, I know. Okay. So we've got our black cut, we've got our white cut. I think that's all for 2.5, so we have to cut for this quilt. It's a very, very simple block. It is. So now it's time to sew the 1.5 inch strips together. So we've got red to white. Okay, red to white. Oh my gosh, Minion Mama, that is amazing. That is so amazing. I love that so much. That's a great idea. Okay, red to pink. Now remember, I cut these as they're a little bit longer, but that's okay because there's some scraps. Okay, and then white to pink. So white to pink. And then a full black to full white. Because remember, we have our combined one already, so that one's fine. Okay, so. Honey, I'm gonna have to move you. I'm gonna have to move you. He's looking at me like, but mommy, I love being streamer. I love being streamer. You're a good boy. Okay, all right. Oh, such a good boy. All right, let's do this. So, if you just started the quilt along with us, whenever I was on the road and streaming from Tomorrow's Treasures, I was not able to show you this lovely, amazing close-up. What is... I have binding on the ground. I don't know why. That's okay. I wasn't able to show you this lovely, amazing close-up to show you exactly the machine and with the stuff. Alright, so where is my scrap? My scrap is over here. I actually thought about that at one point, about just a Marley Twitch stream, where basically it's just a camera that follows Marley around everywhere. Alright, so I have a scrap in here. This is what is called, I can't even speak today. Chain sewing. That's what I was thinking. A Marley collar cam. This is what's called chain piecing. Chaining is when you have something constantly in your machine. It does two things. The first thing it does is it saves you time and thread. So you don't use as much thread and it saves you time. Yes, no, I know. I watched there's a puppy stream too. There's a kitten stream and a puppy stream where it's basically just a group of puppies and a group of kittens. And then, of course, you can't forget Legolish's stream. Anytime you throw at least 25 bits at him, he gives his cats treats. And right now, there's 9 cats in that house. So, we've got the other thing. There we are. That should be enough. Is it locks in your seam at the very beginning. So, if you were to start sewing just right here, you would have an opening right there. You don't. You see how it's nice and locked in? There's no opening that's coming off. So it locks in your seams in the very beginning. Now, I cannot have this be an open seam. I'm going to have to, you know, if this was the edge, I'd have to sew something right there to lock it in. So it's not a permanent thing, but it's fine for quilting. Because most of the time, you're going to have it covered by another seam. Okay, so let's finish doing this. Now, I am using what is called a 1/4-inch piecing foot with a guide. I couldn't really talk about it a lot whenever I was at the quilt store and I wasn't in my home studio because you didn't have the close cam. This 1/4-inch piecing foot with guide is a special foot. It's for low shank machines. If you do not know what kind of sewing machine you have, if it's a low shank or high shank, you can always send it to me. Let me know what kind of make and model you have. I don't mind. Shoot me a message, and I can let you know if it's a low shank or a high shank. If you have a low shank machine, the 1/4-inch piecing foot with a guide works wonderfully. And you can get it right on Amazon. It's a great little foot. There we are. And what it does is it allows you to sew a perfect 1/4 inch. So if your fabric is touching that little piece of metal right here, it is sewing a perfect 1/4 inch. Well, we're not sewing a perfect 1/4 inch. You can't really tell too much, but I'm not touching that piece of metal. I'm actually sewing just to the left. So I'm barely not touching that metal because I'm sewing what's called a scant 1/4 inch. Sewing a scant 1/4 inch actually allows you to sew a more perfect 1/4 inch. If this is the first time you've heard it, you're probably thinking, what? Wait, sewing just under a 1/4 inch gives you a perfect 1/4 inch? The answer is yes. Whenever you go to iron your seams, so when you iron your seam open, so in this case we're going to iron it either towards the red or towards the pink, but when you iron that seam to one side, thread is taking a little bit of room because we're adding 2 layers of thread. We have our top thread and our bottom thread, and they're interlocking together. So that's 2 layers of thread that are meeting right there in that fabric. So when you go to iron it, if you don't take that thread into account, you're actually sewing it less than a 1/4 inch. So by sewing a scant 1/4 inch just to the left of this piece of metal for the 1/4 inch piecing foot, we're taking that thread into account. So that when I go to iron it, I'm going to have a perfect 1/4 inch. Oh, Rabbit Berry, yes! This 1/4 inch piecing foot with guide is a lifesaver. It's funny, whenever I'm at conventions and people look at my patterns, I used to say, can you sew a straight line? If you sew a straight line, even if you've never quilted, you can do my patterns. Well, technically, if you have a 1/4 inch piecing foot with a guide, like I do here, you don't have to be able to sew a straight line. You just have to be able to watch the fabric against that piece of metal. So now, when someone comes to my booth at a convention, I ask them if they can sew a straightish line. Like, it's no longer, can you sew a straight line? It's, can you sew a straightish line? All right, so now I've sewn all of my 1.5 inch strips together. I'm going to cut them in half. So I am taking my strip and I'm folding it. Straight lines are overrated? Yeah. And the act of folding it takes up, yes, exactly, kits, exactly. The act of folding it does take up the fabric as well. So that's why you sew the scant 1/4 inch if you want to get a perfect 1/4 inch seam. Yeah, so if you can sew a straight line. Now remember, this pink is longer than my white, so whenever I fold it together, I'm actually lining it up like this. Because I'm maximizing the most fabric that I can that it's sewn together. And then I cut it in half. So by cutting it in half, remember, everything that I do is about efficiency in my patterns. We're going to be efficient as well whenever we cut our pieces for our sewn strips. Iron, there it is. I was like, where's my iron one? All right, so now, let's see, it says take the red and pink strips. So let's iron the red and pink strips first. The red-pink combined strip. That is this one right here. All right, so I personally like to have my cut section to the left whenever I iron. And what that does is it allows me to line it up a little bit better whenever I do my cutting. So the instructions say to iron towards the red, iron towards the pink. We've already cut this in half, so we're just laying this out just like it is. So now, let's iron towards the red. And then ironing it towards the pink. seam is facing that red. And it's facing the pink here. So you see how that's the way that the seams point. And yes, it is very, very, very important for my quilts, for my quilt patterns, that you iron those seams in the proper direction. Because whenever you're laying everything out, you want to make sure that those seams are laid out nicely. Alright, so now I've got my fabric that's pointing up towards the red down there first. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it right on top. Just like this. Although in the picture I've got the pink on top, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, and now let's cut our pieces. So, when I'm using my, my Stripology ruler, I can't line it up really along the bottom and top like I do with the regular fabric. So what I do is I find a nice straight line in my Stripology ruler. Let's make sure this is straight along there. And then I'm going to line up this line along one of the seams. So it's lined up just like this. And let's use as much as we possibly can. Okay, red and pink. I need 2 sets of 1.5. There we go. And this is scrap. Now, whenever I finish cutting it, I'm going to open up my pieces and put them in 2 separate piles. So this pile has everything pointing towards the pink. This pile has everything pointing towards the red. Perfect. All right, next. Let's do the white and the red. There we go. And in this case, now whenever you're taking your fingers, make sure you feel along to make sure that those seams are perfectly lined up. There we go, perfect. Okay, so red and white. I need 2 sets of 2.5. 1, 2, and then 1 set of 1.5. Right? Yes. I never trust myself, so I always go back and look at it like 5 times just to make sure, because I don't trust myself when I do that. Alright, so let's split these. And this is extra. Alright, next. We only have 2 more left to do. I told you this one was an easy one. It's a nice, easy block to finish out with. I'm really excited for the scrap stream. I don't know if I'm going to finish my entire lap quilt then. I may have to wait and finish it later, but I really, really, really like it. There we go. White and pink. Okay, white and pink. I need 1 set of 1.5, and that's it. Okay, and then last but not least, our white and our black. Now it's gonna come. Thank you, Minion Mama. The scrap stream. No, and if you have to re-iron it, that is perfectly fine. Okay, the scrap stream, mark your calendar. It's going to be Friday, November 22nd. So we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of time for the stores that are participating if they wanted to carry Jan's book and sell it to people. And we also wanted to make sure that you had plenty of time if you had to order the book yourself. So we are giving away some copies of the books next Friday. But then we're also giving you time, so if you don't have the book, if you want it before that stream, that you have time to pick it up. There we are. Now, because this is a longer piece, you notice how I ironed the one towards the white first, and then I go back and iron towards the black. Because it's a full-size combined strip, I don't have I can't fit it all at the same time, which is perfectly fine. There we go. Alright, white and black. I need 5 sets of 2.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Okay, and then 8 sets of 1.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got to remember 5. Got to remember 5. If anyone is new to my stream, or if you're watching this YouTube and you haven't watched the others, I am playing music from Pretzel Rocks. It is a site that allows you to use their music in streaming and in YouTube videos free of charge. If you like any of the music that you hear right over here in the upper left-hand corner. Hey, Sarah Dawn, how are you?
A drill. The factory is being raided.
5. Yes, thank you, Nikki. 5. Thank you for reminding me. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the Pretzel Rocks and the link. Just type that into your browser and you can pick up this song. Hi, Sarah Dawn. How are you today? How was your stream? M&Q! Gassoo! How are you guys? Guys, if you're watching on YouTube for the first time, if you haven't seen any of my streams before, if you have no clue what is going on, the amazing, fantastic, awesome Sarah Dawn Designs has brought their community to say hi. Hi, guys. Please go follow Sarah Dawn Designs. We always, always, always want to follow those people that support us. Always. Exactly. Yes, Lego. And that's a really good point for a pretzel, too. Pretzel Rocks also pays royalties to these artists. So even though it's free for me to use and advertise to you guys so you can take a look at it, they're getting money. They're getting their royalties. It's an amazing service. In fact, I believe it was Legolish that told me about it. Yeah. No, yeah. So Pretzel's an amazing, fantastic service that I love. So, Sarah, what did you do on your stream today? For those of you joining me, if you have not yet seen my stream before, hi, I'm Tony. I am a professional, geeky pixel quilter. I am actually known as the Pixel Quilter. In the stream, you get quilting, sewing, giveaways, free things, and animals. But today, and next Monday is the last day, we're doing our quilt-along. So this is the death wheel, bottom left-hand corner of the screen is what we're making the block complete, start to finish today. Next week, we are assembling all of our blocks together. And this video will be put onto YouTube tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Wednesday. Be put onto YouTube Wednesday. So if you're interested and you want to watch the entire how we put this block together, pop into YouTube on Wednesday. Alright, we said 5, right? 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Just enough. If you would like to purchase this block, ! Quilt Along will give you that link. And this is a teaching stream. Please, please feel free. Ask any questions you want. I'd be more than happy to answer them. You knit subscriber squares? Nice! Oh, it is oh my gosh. Design software for stuff can be such a pain. Like, I'm gonna have to, like, message Hexadoodle because I tried to do a cover for my latest English paper piecing, and I just cannot do it. And she's amazing at that stuff, and so I'm gonna ask her if she can help me. Because she's the one that did my last one, and for the Harry Potter, and it's, yeah. Okay. Alright, I think we have everything. So here's our extra stuff. Let's take these and set these aside over here. I think that's everything. Alright, so let's start laying things out. So we can put this away. Import a knitting oh, I hate that. That is the worst when you try to import stuff and it crashes and it doesn't recognize it. I wonder, excuse me, with the latest Microsoft update, if it has a new driver you have to install. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Lego. Alright, so we are in the bottom of page number 2. Let's lay this out. Now, when I lay my rows out, I normally start from the bottom up. I start from row number 9 and work my way back up again. Two imported fine and 2 did not. That's horrible. I hate that. That's absolutely horrible. That really sucks. Hi. I know. Are you my good boy? Honey, I can't pick you up and cuddles you right now. I can't pick you up and cuddles you. We're getting ready to lay all of our blocks out. Our pieces. Okay, fine. I will pick you up and cuddles you just for a minute. Thanks, kids! Oh my gosh, I know. Hi. Are you a good boy? I know. It is, kids. This is Marley. I have 3 dogs and 2 cats. And there's my dog cam. So that's Soleil that's sleeping on the left of the dog cam. And Alfred is hiding underneath that black and white blanket in the back. I know. You good boy, aren't you? He thinks he's streamer, and he likes to be in stream chair. Minion Mama, I took her to the vet this morning for a round of blood work, so I will find out tomorrow. So I'll tell you guys, I'll give you updates on Hestia this Thursday, because I'll know then. Okay, let's go back to Lane. Are you okay? You got your cuddles? Yes. Yes, Marley's a good cuddle dog. He's a very good cuddle dog. Yes, he is. He's a wonderful streamer. Calamity, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love being home again. It's for a very short time, because TwitchCon. I will be at TwitchCon, by the way, in the Artist Alley. I am very center front area, and I'm sharing a booth with the famous Casey Renee cosplay. Freaking amazing. It's awesome. Such a good boy. Okay, alright, let's lay this out. Alright, so while I'm laying my pieces out, first thing I want to do is lay these pieces. So I want to lay these pieces out in a way that where I can easily grab them. So let's lay these out. I put them the wrong way. There we go. Perfect. So I've got all my pieces laid out, ready to go. No, okay, no. You have to pee and get food. I understand. I get you, Sarah Dog. Pee and food is important. Go have pee and food. Yeah, I know. The world famous, award-winning Casey Renee cosplay. I may also have a special surprise for anyone that comes to my Thursday night stream. So this Thursday, we're going to be finishing our DragonCon giveaways, plus any giveaways we have from the stream. But I may also have a few surprises for you. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Let's lay this out. And here. Now, in this case, I have a black and I have a white piece. Oh, Hail Hydrate. Thank you. Hail Hydrate. Everyone drink water. Hail Hydrate. Okay. Alright, in this case, I have 2 black and white pieces, and they sit side by side. Remember to alternate your seams. It is very, very, very important to alternate your seams when you are making a quilt, especially from one of my patterns. Yes. Yes, Hail Hydrate. It's important. It's important, Amicue. So in this case, Soleil, stay down here. Hey, come on. Soleil, come on. I have the door closed. You can't go upstairs. Go lay down. Go lay down. This is the one thing that doesn't happen when I'm in the studio streaming, right? Alright, there you go. Alright, this one, our seam is pointing down towards the black. So seam is pointing down. So the one next to it, I need to have the seam pointing up towards the white. So the seams are in opposite directions, so then that way they nest, and you get a perfect point every single time. And I am grouping them in groups of 2. That way it's easy for me to grab them and put them together when it's time to pin them. Sometimes you'll tell them to... Yes, yes, exactly. Alright. Let's go here. And then here. And here. You know, I was just thinking. Oh, this one goes down towards the black. The next one needs to go up towards the white. And it doesn't matter which piece you take first, just make sure the second one you alternate. So I was just sitting here thinking about how much I squirrel and how much I'm all over the place. Guys, I'm worse in person. I actually try to focus and concentrate when I'm streaming. I am so much worse in person, just ask Amicue. Okay, this first row, our seams are going to the right. The seams are pointing to the right. Yeah, me. If our seams are going to the right, which piece am I picking up and flipping it over the other piece so that whenever I sew it and then iron it without turning or doing anything, our seams are going to go to the right. So am I picking up this right piece over the left, or am I picking up this left piece over the right? Who remembers from previous blocks and previous quilt streams? Anyone? Anyone? Am I going right over left or left over right? If the arrow points to the right, right over left and pin into place. Thank you, Nikki. So I'm taking this right piece, I'm flipping it over that left piece, and then I am pinning it into place. Yes, kids, because this is a teaching stream. So I am teaching. It has nothing to do with the fact that I actually have an education degree. Alright, so then this next one, we're going to take the right one, because it's still, our arrow goes to the right. So we're going to take our right piece, flip it over the left, and pin it into place. Right over left, pin it into place. For those of you new to the quilt along, Nikki is my mod every single Monday for our quilt alongs. Because Nikki is my mod, she gets to hear me say that over and over and over. Every single week. Right over left and pin it into place. There we are. Alright. Row number 8, because remember, I'm going from the bottom to the top. So this is now row number 8 that I am doing. So let's lay this out. I am sure Nikki has nightmares of me saying right over left and left over right and pin it into place. seams I have to worry about nesting the seam to get perfect points. I can just lay the things out. There we go. Okay, so this is the row number 8. My arrow points to the left. Because remember, our arrows need to be opposite. When they're opposite, it means that they can nest perfectly whenever you combine those rows together. So my arrow is going to the left. So this time, I want to take that left piece, flip it over the right piece, and pin it into place. So if you ever see me in person, yes, I will squirrel. Aw, thanks, Minion Mama. I appreciate that. I like YouTube for learning how to quilt and learning how to do the things. In fact, these streams I'm putting onto YouTube as well. But I am also the kind of learner to where I need feedback. I need that interaction. Even if the person is not there with me, I need to be able to ask questions and not just watch a video over and over and over. Which is why I decided to initially start streaming here on Twitch. Because I wanted to be able to have that interaction. So if somebody had a question on a pattern or a question on something, I can answer. And I can be like, oh yes, no, nesting seams. Let me come over here to the iron board and show you. Now, of course, our Monday streams are a little bit more structured because we are doing the quilt along. So I can't divert too much. But any other stream, if you're like, hey, Tony, can you show me how to do this thing? Chances are I'm going to stop and show you how to do it. Yes, Legolish can 100% confirm the squirrel factor as my minion / handler for DragonCon. Okay, row number 7. Go there, and there. There and there. Okay, let me make sure I've got enough pieces. What? I never squirrel in person? I know, right, Nikki? Seriously. Seriously. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, okay. Every now and then when I don't believe that what I've put down is correct, I like to count to make sure. Alright, so this is to the right. Our arrow points to the right. So I'm going to pick up this right piece, flip it over the left, and pin it into place. And I want to apologize for anyone that's zooming in on my hands. I'm missing a nail. I had an accident at DragonCon. It smashed my finger. It shall be fixed tomorrow at the nail shop, so it'll be pretty again for Thursday. Hey, Lethal Bacon! How are you today? I am doing wonderful. We are on block number 12 of our quilt along, so I am doing great. Okay, to the right over left, and pinning it into place. Nice! Right over left. Pinning into place. Yeah, getting homework done is great. Jordan, my stepdaughter, is in grade 12 this year. She is getting up there. And she has a full course load that is starting to stress her a little bit, but she says she can handle it and she's getting it done, which is amazing. Here in Canada, in Ontario, you actually have the option to go to grade 13. She's not quite sure if she's going to go to grade 13 yet, but she's going to have the option of either graduating this year or waiting another year. In the nail place I found... Oh, that's really cool, Minion Mama. I never thought of using part of a tea bag to build a nail. Mine normally just uses acrylic tips. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube. I super appreciate you. Guys, if you don't know, I do have a YouTube channel, !social. If you want to see all my social medias, I have a YouTube, I have a Facebook that I currently have a post going viral. I'll talk about that on Thursday. And I have an Instagram as well as Twitters. But YouTube is the most important thing to me right now out of all of them, because if I hit 1,000 subscribers, which I'm not close to, but hopefully I do one day, I may be eligible for partnership. I've got most of the other stuff, I just need to hit those follows. So if you know of anyone that is looking for a sewing YouTube person, please send them my way. Oh, we have our first vertical. Alright, so I have a vertical piece I need to put down. So what we want to do is our arrow points to the left. So I want to make sure that this vertical piece points to the left as well. Points towards the black. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube. I appreciate you. So towards the black. So we want to go this way. And yes, whatever your YouTube name is, it shows it on the screen. Okay, so we've got this. Again, towards the black. Black and white. Thank you. Oh, you guys are amazing. I love you. Seriously, thank you for all this love for following my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Now, I have a very special thing on the YouTube channel I forgot to mention, and if you are currently watching on YouTube, you can go back and watch it. It is up. We did not have... you! I don't know why I got a really high voice there for a second. If you are following along with the quilt along, you know that we had a week off last week. We did not work on the quilt along. So instead, I gave you the very special threadication video. So in May, the famous Casey Renee cosplay, as well as Alexander Lee Studios, the photographer. Oh, I don't know how that happened. And Nerds and Crafts, also known as Gabby, went with me to the A&E plant in North Carolina. The A&E plant is an amazing, really cool place. We actually got to visit the plant. We got to see how thread is made. And then we had an education session where we talked about it, and we got to tell you some of the stuff that we learned. It was really, really cool. Really liked it. I had a lot of fun. Hello, Mr. Marley. I'm laying pieces out. I can't pick you up and cuddle you right now. When I'm done with pieces, I'll cuddle you. So if you're interested at all with how thread is made, with the differences in thread, with anything else like that, please take a look at the threadication video. It is a lot of fun. I had a great time doing it. There we go. Next, row number 5. Okay, it needs to go towards the white this time, because my arrow goes towards the right. Go, and then black. Uh-oh. I forgot to separate 2 pieces. I'm going to circle that right there to remind myself later on to do that. Where are you going? Marley? Alfred? Marley's like, I'm going to hold you ransom. Hi. How you doing? You're such a good boy. Are you my big cuddle boy? Mwah, I love you. I love you, baby. Okay. There we go. Alright, so then white and black. I think that's the first time I forgot to do that. I forgot to separate two. Oh. Do I have to watch this clip after the stream and see what it is? And yes, if it's good, I will set it up for a sub alert. There's red. Hey, look guys! We got color! We actually have color! Jose, do me a favor. Whatever one you're talking about, shoot me the link so I can look at it later after stream. All right. Row number 5. Row number 5 goes to the right. To the right. That means I'm picking up right over left and pinning it into place. Yes, all sorts of things seem to happen in my stream. There's a reason why. Yeah, Discord, please. There is a reason why I have a bloopers video before my stream and whenever I've got my Be Right Back on. Go right over left and pinning it into place. There we go, right over left, pinning it into place. No, Marley is a Pomeranian. So Soleil, who is the black and white one. Oh, I don't have dogs on here. I need to put dogs on there. So Soleil, say, there he goes. Soleil, go back. Go back. That is Soleil. She's a Papillon. And then Alfred is a Papillon Chihuahua. So that's Alfred over there. But Marley is a Pomeranian. Okay, to the right. There we go. Yeah, they are. And then we have two cats. It's funny because Soleil and Alfred are super, super smart dogs. Like, really smart dogs. Okay, row 4. Alfred, because he's half Chihuahua, has got the Chihuahua anxiety nervous tendencies. But Marley, Mr. Marley right here, is dumb as a rock. The two of them are super smart. And Marley is not so. Which is okay. Alright, so this is towards the red, so we need to go towards the red with red and pink. And then towards the white with white and pink. Towards the red with red and pink. And then towards the red with red and white like this. Okay, and then there. And there. Wait, what's your mark? Dumb as a rock? No. You're not dumb as a rock, Lego. Only Marley is. Oh, a mini black pug with bat ears! Oh my gosh, that is so stinking adorable. That is adorable. It's funny, Legolas and Burkana have 2 kittens that they're fostering right now that haven't gone to the home yet. The home isn't ready for them to go to, so they're holding on to them until it's time. The one is a super snuggler, amazing cat. Pretty smart too. His name's Rocky. The other one, his brother, his name is Bullwinkle. Dumb as a rock. Like, absolutely dumb as a rock. It is really funny. Aww. Our fur babies are the best. Okay, and then to the left over right. Remember the arrows in this row for number 4 go to the left. So we're picking up our left piece, flipping it over the right piece, and pinning it into place. All right, row number 3. Now remember, with the quilt along, we are going to take a quick 10-minute break right whenever I finish laying all of these out. Normally we take around 3 o'clock, but this one's going super fast like I was expecting it to. So whenever I finish laying them out before I actually start sewing these together, we're going to take a quick 10 to 15 minute break so people can stand up, stretch, pee, because we do have a few quilt stores that have me on right now in their classrooms, and people are making along with us. So we want to give them a chance to actually stand up and stretch. Okay, so to the right, so white and red, I need to go towards the red. Okay, and then red and pink. It's going towards the pink, so we need to go towards the pink. Towards the pink. Towards the whites. Towards the whites. And then a black. And then a black. Perfect. Okay, and the arrows go to the right. So we want to pick up the right piece, flip it over the left piece, and pin it into place. Aw, the Taco Bell girl was dumb as a rock. Excellent snuggler. That's awesome. It's funny, I spent the night at Lego Lichtenberg-Canna's house to and from Dragon Con to save me some driving time. So I had a large bean bag that I carry with me that I sleep on. So that so when I spend the night at someone's house, I don't have to worry if they have a bed. I'll bring my own bed. So I fell asleep and I woke up in the morning and Rocky had taken himself and wrapped himself around my head. Like super cuddly snuggling, and Bullwinkle was like sitting on my chest, and I'm just like, eh. It was very cute. It was very, very cute. They were helping me sleep. They were snuggling and helping me sleep. And then while we were at Dragon Con, I left my large beanbag, my beanbag bed at their house. And of course, the cats love it. And their one cat claimed it. And spent almost the entire week sleeping on it. Yeah, it was very cute. And I've got 3 dogs and they all sleep with me, against me. My husband tosses and turns so much, the dogs don't cuddle with him. Alright, row number 2. I tend to sleep like perfectly still so that all the animals can cuddle. Alright, so we've got here. We've got that one. And that one. We're running out of pieces. I like it when we run out of pieces. It means we're almost done. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. And that one. All right, row number 2, our arrows go to the left. Because they're going to the left, we want to pick up that left piece, flip it over that right piece, and pin it into place. Oh, Basenjis. They're not very big, but these just look fun. Aww. That's awesome. There we go. All right, and then row number 1. The last row. The final countdown. All right, we got that. There and there. Oh my gosh, I think this may be the only quilt where we use every single piece we cut and we don't have anything left over. That's it. Look at that. Nothing here. All right, let's do this. To the right. So, arrow goes to the right. So we want to pick up this right piece, flip it over this left piece, and pin it into place. Right over left, pin it into place. Go right over left, pin it into place. There we go. And we have all of our pieces laid out. You guys ready for some bloopers? You ready to stand and stretch? Ready to stand and stretch? Use the bathroom? Get a snack? Oh my gosh, Marley. You are the cutest thing. You know this? You are the cutest thing ever. Marley, the moment that I stopped and turned around, he looked at me and he says, he stretches out, goes, oh, mommy, pick me up. I know, you're so very cute. I know. I think everyone's missed you. Everyone's missed you during sewing streams. Yeah, because you're a good boy. Oh, I know. I love you too, baby. Oh. And Alfred has decided that he wants to sit on top of the covers. Let's get Alfred some pets. And Soleil some pets. Yes, I know. You guys are all very cute. You're very, very cute. I love you all. Okay. All right. So let's take a quick break. I'm going to give you some bloopers for a little bit. Stick around, stretch, grab a snack. As soon as I get back, we're going to start sewing those together. And we're going to finish our block today. So I shall return. All right. Let's start the music up again. And bring that out. Let's see. I need to do this. I had chips. I had some chips for my snack today. I like chips. You know how sometimes you have a weakness for snack food? So I can't have large quantities of milk, sugar, or wheat. So my weakness is plain chips. Like, I know I should not eat them all, but I freaking love them. And yeah, they're amazing. All right. You guys ready to get back to quilting? Let's do this. So, what I'm going to be doing is we have our pieces all laid out and taken care of. All right there. So, this is what we did before. Hey, Sapphira, how are you? So, we have everything all laid out. just so. And Nikki, don't forget to update the top, please. So we've got them all laid out. So now the next step is to sew and then to iron them. So let's go. Well, how I'm going to be doing this, in fact, I will show you the first couple with this angle, and then I'll show you the close-up angle to show you the 1/4 inch piecing foot with guide. Just take care of that. So we're going to reach back. I'm going to grab the first, so grab row number 9. I'm going to bring it forward, and then we're going to sew it. There we go. When I make that first one, I always do it very slowly because this is an inexpensive machine, so it doesn't remember your settings. And so every single time the power goes out, it resets to a stitch that's to the far left. Well, this stitch is in the center because that's what I need for the 1/4 inch piecing foot with guide. So when the power goes out, it resets it and it breaks my needle. Ask me how I know. So whenever I've stepped away from the sewing machine, just to be careful now, I always just go very slowly for the first one so I can catch it and stop it before it breaks my needle if it's reset. Because it's happened. Alright, row number 2. So this is actually row number 8. It's the second one I'm going to sew. I'm reaching back and I'm grabbing it from here, bringing it forward. I'm sewing the first piece from row number 8.
Thank you for subscribing to Quiltoni. Grab your needles and head down to the sweatshop. I mean, factory.
Thank you.
Woohoo.
Woohoo! Sapphira, thank you so much for your 21-month resub. I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I've done that. Now I'm going to take this and I will show you the up close of this in a moment. I'm going to be using the cutting gizmo, which is a great thing to separate your chained pieces. So I'm going to use that to separate all these pieces. And remember, do as I say, not as I do. Please do not sew over your pins. It is a horrible bad habit that I probably will never break, and that I do. So yes, yeah. Please, please, please do not sew over your pins. All right. So I've got this. Now this is row number 9. So all I'm gonna do is take it. I'm gonna replace it right back there where I got it from, and that's it. All right. So let's free motion. There we go. I close up on my machine. So now let's take a look at this in practice. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing this out enough to where this needle is free. I'm lifting up my presser foot and I'm putting my piece in just close enough so it touches my needle. And then I start sewing. Now I am back here. In fact, you know what? Let me move this so you can see it a little bit better. Back here, I'm grabbing it with my fingers and pulling a little bit. That's just to get it going. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm picking this up, picking my presser foot up, putting it under, touching the needle. If I just start sewing like it is, it may or may not. See how it wants to sit there? Because it's the very beginning. So I'm just gonna tug very slightly on the fabric right here to get it going. There we are. So up, down, tug very slightly. And that's just to help the fabric pull through. I am not actually pulling it through. I'm not pushing it through. You want to let your feed dogs do the work. But the problem right here is the feed dogs don't have enough fabric to get a grip on it. So you're just helping it along a little bit until the feed dogs get a hold of it and pull it through. Okay, next one. Reaching back, grabbing it, pulling it forward. Alright, so we're just going to sew one. Let's free it. And then over here, you see this is my lovely cutting gizmo. Basically, it's just a piece of plastic with a razor blade in it. That's really it. Piece of plastic with a razor blade. And the razor blade allows me to quickly separate these chained pieces. Now, the nice thing is there's no way I can harm myself on this blade because it is completely surrounded, so you can't accidentally cut yourself. No way to do it. No way to do it. I didn't even think I could fit my pinky in there. No, can't even fit my pinky in there. I wasn't going to press down on it. I was just going to see if I could actually just reach it. Alright, so we've got that one.
Thank you for subscribing to
Another one?
Quiltony. Grab your needles and head down to the sweatshop. I mean, factory.
Unlucky 13.
Nikki, have you been subscribed to me since I met you at Gen Con last year? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that sub. Thank you very much. 13 months. Yep. Yeah. Thank you. I love you, Nikki. You are amazing. You are fantastic. Okay, let's do this one. And separate it. And use our purple thing to separate our pieces. That's really weird, Nikki. So you had to go to mobile to do the announcement? That's really weird. I wonder why it didn't pop on the main one. Oh well. Oh hey, and with that, we have another giveaway that we're doing on Thursday. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, we had 1 raid. That's 4 additional, so I think we're up to 16 giveaways for Thursday. Yeah, that's really strange. I wonder why it's doing that. Twitch is silly sometimes. There we go, and let's grab that one. I really don't think that we're gonna go to 5 o'clock today. That's why on my social media announcements, about 20 minutes before I went live, I said we would stream definitely until 4. Because this is a really fast block and you guys aren't asking a lot of questions. So, I'm going really slow. Well, I'm not going slow. I'm trying to go slow. But it's a really easy block and it's fast, so we may finish fast. Which is fine. Don't forget, if you are doing the quilt along, but you're not caught up, because I think this is the last time I'm going to do a quilt along 1 a week. It's been a lot of work, and it's going really, it's a lot to do. So I think in the future, the next quilt along we do, and yes, I think we're going to do another quilt along. This was very successful. The next quilt along we do will be a monthly one. So once a month. And then grab this one. So if you are, my whole train of thought that I almost lost. So if you were doing the quilt along with us, and if you're not keeping up, because it is a lot to do within a short period of time, have no fear. These videos will be on YouTube in perpetuity. Words! Osgott's words. So these videos are going to be on YouTube in perpetuity, as well as available online. So you will be able to get the blocks anytime online. Now, starting in about a month? Question mark? About a month and a half, I will be taking down the individual blocks. And you can only get it as a set. So you'll only be able to get it as the entire kit, as the entire blocks. Now, that's nice because if you want to get all the blocks, it's not going to cost you as much because it'll be a lower price. But you can't just get a single block. So if there's any blocks that you liked within the quilt along where you just liked that block and you didn't want any of the others, let's say if you only wanted 2 blocks. Well, it's still going to be cheaper to buy the 2 blocks at $6 than it's going to be for the entire amount. There we go. I think my my wine club shipment just arrived. Because someone knocked on the door and yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I know, with all the barks. Yeah. It's okay. Keep on sewing, keep on sewing. There we are. All right, let's separate these. Now, this is the semi-boring part because all I'm doing is sewing, which is why we're telling stories. So yeah, so I'm gonna have the entire set together. So you will be able to buy the entire thing. So all the instructions, each individual block, everything. There we go. I'm starting to shift. Perfect. All right, we have 2 more after this. All right, thank you so much for being here, Rosalind. I super appreciate you. There we go. Oh, let's separate this. This is the order I was doing it in. I was trying to remember the order that I was doing it. Keep it the same, right? That last one I did a little bit differently. I finished sewing, and then I separated them. We've already edited it, Azalita. I mean, I was thinking about, I saw you pop in earlier. For those of you who don't know who Azalita is, she is the editor of my current book. Exclamation book if you want to take a look at it. You want to save up some time for another quilt, don't you? Maybe. I will put it out there, maybe. Maybe. It depends how fast I get it done. Because I'd like to get the entire pattern and ready to go for Quilt Market. Oh yeah, I know, right? Because you're so busy. And last but not least, our last row. Hi, monkey. Yeah, you know you can always message me and bug me off stream anytime. There we go. And last but not least, let's make sure my iron is warmed up. There we are. Now I'm going to use my scrap in order to put it in here to make sure that I'm continuing to chain piece. So remember, something constantly in your machine is what the definition of chain piecing is. Perfect. Okay, so now, as you see, we have everything all laid out. Look, my nose itches. Ah, stop itching. We have all of these sewn pieces laid out row by row by row. Thank you. It's one of my favorite shirts. I almost never wear it on stream because this is the shirt that I like to wear for day one of load in for conventions. Because I've got a big old truck and trailer that I drive everywhere. And I carry the big heavy grid wall and yeah. Alright, so we've got, it also makes me feel better sometimes. Alright, where is Matt? There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these. I'm going to be taking these and I'm going to be moving them over here to the iron, ironing them, and when I bring them back into place, I'm going to be looking at my arrows to see which way the seams point. So if my seams go to the right, I'm going to take the whole thing and I'm going to make sure my seams are to the right and lay it down. So that's what was going on over here. So now, let's go over here then, so you can see that. All right. All right, let's lay our pieces out. 2, 3, 4, 5. I am counting the pieces as I lay them out because if there is an odd number, I'm going to have to pin them a weird, funky way, but that's okay. Okay, so this does have an odd number, and there's not another piece over there. So what I'm going to be doing when I lay them out on the mat, the seams go to the right. I'm going to take off this first piece and set it aside. And then I'm going to just pin these together. Oh, it says self-rescuing princess. Yes, no, it says self-rescuing princess. Alright, so let's move that over here. Let's do the next one. And the reason is you noticed we had a few, I forgot to address the lonely little pieces. We have a few lonely little pieces that are over there. We want to make sure to include those lonely pieces. Because those lonely little pieces may have just gone to Dragon Con. And with 82,000 people, they may have been over-peopled out, and they may not want to be included yet. So you give them a bit, but then you make sure that you include them the next round. The next pass through. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nothing over there. Seams go to the left, so I'm going to put it over there just like this. It was a shirt. What's the company that Imperial designed the sleeping bag for and that were bought out by Hot Topic? I don't remember the name of it, and I think the website itself finally closed. Yeah, this shirt just makes me feel better sometimes. When I think that when I think that maybe I'm relying on other people, I'm like, no, I got this. Put it on to make you feel better. 3, 4, 5, there's nothing over there. This is row 7, so it goes this way to the right, and I'm going to separate that out. Good night, Niku. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. 3, 4. I keep forgetting to lock my seams. I've got to keep remembering to do that. One, 2, 3, 4. But there's a 5th one over there. So this is row 6. It's to the left. So I'm going to put it down like this and include that lonely little piece. Yes, it was Jose. It was something geeky in the title. And I can't for the life of me think of it. Like, I'm drawing a huge blank. Oh, I know. Yes, they're trying to be nice. I know, right? They're so trying to be nice. They're trying to be nice and help direct you, but it's like, I got this. It was funny, at Dragon Con, Legolish would automatically try to direct me with my truck and trailer. And so sometimes I'd be like, no, I don't need help. I got this. I'm fine. Because, you know, backing the trailer up. And other times I'm like, yeah, no, can you just let me know when I'm good? Because sometimes you do need help. And there's nothing wrong with asking for it. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's nothing over there, so I'm even. This is row 5. This is going to the right. So I'm going to do it. No, wait.
Congratulations, you have just followed Quiltoni. Your taste must be exquisite.
Queen Vicious, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate you. Next. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nothing over there. This is row number 4. So I do have to take a piece off, so seams go to the left. We're going to take that off, and it's going to lay down just like that. Think Geek! That's it, Nikki. Thank you. Think Geek. It was Think Geek. It was Think Geek. Thank you. Oh, I thought they were bought by GameStop. I thought they were bought by Hot Topic. Ah. Okay, so in other words, Minion Mama, if you like this shirt, check out GameStop. Go online to GameStop.com or GameStop.ca, and they may have it. Because it was a staple of Think Geek for many, many years. Like, I bought this 7 years ago, I think, on Think Geek. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a 6th one over there, which is even. This is row number 3, so it's going to the right. Okay. Yes, no, they still are, but it's basically GameStop. So they closed the online store, and they closed the doors of ThinkGeek. So there's no more ThinkGeek.com, and ThinkGeek is no longer a separate entity. So they laid off everyone at ThinkGeek, but they still have the intellectual rights and property of everything that was ThinkGeek. So in other words, this shirt is now owned, the intellectual properties of this design is now owned by GameStop. 3, 4, 5. Alright, if I have an odd number, this is row number 2, row number 2 goes to the left. So I'm going to take this off because I do have a piece over there. Alright, and then last but not least. Yeah, or you can do what Legolas says. Or you can just Google self-rescuing princess and see if someone else has a similar shirt. I mean, it's not an original design. I was at a convention one time a few years ago, and there was a lady. Alright, so this is row number 1 to the right, and there's one over there. There's 3, so the single one over here makes 4. So I went to a cosplay, a convention a few years ago, and there was a lady that that cosplayed as Peach, and she was basically Peach, but then she roughed herself up, and she had a sign that hung from her neck that said, "I saved myself." Yes, that is true, Lego. That is true. If you do not want to support the fact that they closed ThinkGeek stores, you're absolutely correct. You may not want to actually buy it from GameStop. You may want to look for another one. You're absolutely correct. Okay, alright, so let's do our pinning. This is the second pass. Okay, so all I'm doing now, because remember, I've already pulled out those extra ones. Yes, does T-Turtle have a self-rescuing princess shirt? I own, like, I think 80% of my t-shirts are T-Turtle. Because whenever I buy them for myself or somebody buys me a shirt, it's almost always T-Turtle. I even have one shirt twice. The same shirt 2 times. Now, you may go, "Hey, Tony, you're doing this a different way than you normally do." I am. All I'm doing, because I put everything the correct way, I am holding faith. I am holding faith that I haven't had any flip pieces and that I haven't done anything wrong. So I'm just pinning them together. We'll see. The next time, after I sew and iron, I will lay it out just to make sure that I've done it correctly. Oh, that's true, Lego. They have a 50, so T-Turtle right now, September the 9th, 2019, has a 50% off all t-shirts. Everything on T-Turtle is 50% off. I know, right? What's QWERTY? I haven't heard of QWERTY. And I think, I think Fairy Wings is a affiliate with Tea Turtle. So if you use her link, you can, she can make a little money from it. Is there anyone else that's affiliated? I'm not. I never looked into it. What, is Miss Elving? Ooh, Lego, I like that shirt. Hold on. I gotta click on that. Lego just linked me a... Oh, that's cute with Tinkerbell on it. Yeah, I like that shirt. Yeah, Lego just sent me a shirt with Tinkerbell on it. It's really cool. Okay, you're gonna really be BRB? Okay. Yes, in fact, I had a shirt on, so Nikki just linked me the one that says, I fight like a girl, that has, Moana on there. Was it Moana? No. No! Oh my gosh, I am the worst. Mulan! Thank you, Mulan. Oh my gosh. I am the worst. Why do I not know my Disney? I don't know my Disney. I'm the worst. Oh my god. I said Mulana too, didn't I? I'm like mixed Mulan and Moana. Oh my gosh. I am the worst. Seriously the worst. Seriously the worst. But yes. So there's a shirt with Mulan on there that says fight like a girl. I actually have one that is I wore yesterday. I don't remember where I got it. It's not a Tea Turtle. I think it's another site where it's a silhouette of a girl standing there like this holding a blade. And then the words say, I fight like a girl. Yes, that's absolutely true, Hyperzen. And what is amazing, Hyperzen Girl, about Tea Turtle is I have a very, very small frame. I'm a very small person. People meet me in person and they're like, wow, you really are tiny. It's like, I'm a small person. I can't help it. That's how my genes are. So, in order for a t-shirt to look decent on me, I can't wear a men's cut, even if it's a small or extra small. It just does not look good. So I have to get a women's cut. And Tea Turtle's women's cuts are amazing. Amazing. I love them. They fit very well on me. There we go. 3 more, and then we get to start sewing our next pass. Oh, wrong keyboard. I'm like, why? Okay, I've had the wrong keyboard, so I'm making sure. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that works. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Do you know how often I use the wrong keyboard for things? I don't know if it's part of the squirrelingness. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, 2 more after I finish this stack to pin. Yeah, because this is the quilt along, you notice in the on the upper area, the giveaway stuff. Normally, we do giveaways every single hour, at the top of the hour. But, because today's the quilt along, I don't want to stop and distract with giveaways. So any giveaways that we get today, we are actually going to be doing Thursday. And I didn't finish the giveaways from last week. So we still have 12 giveaways from last week I still have to do. There we go. Hey Nikki, you know what I just thought of? Did I put the schedule up for mods to sign up? Because I realized I put the schedule, I put the schedule everywhere, but I don't know if I actually put it for mods to sign up, to do mod shifts. I may have only done it through today. There we go. All right, we are done pinning. So now let's do our second pass. Nope. Nope. Somebody just texted my phone that said, "Hi, I'm on the way in the truck." But it's from a number I don't know. And I think they have a wrong number. But I am not going to message them back because it's on my US phone. And I'm in Canada right now. It would cost me money to message them back. So I'm not going to do it. It wasn't really? It wasn't you, Lego? Oh. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so, same exact thing as I did before. I am just putting it in there, and I'm grabbing it from the back, bringing it forward, and then sewing it. Now, I'm not going to go use the purple thing because I already had my scissors to separate it here. So I may as well just separate those pieces. There's no point. If I have at least 3 pieces, then I will use the separator. I'll use the purple thing. It wasn't me, or was it? I don't know. Was it you, Nikki? Did you text my phone? Like I said, it's a number I have never seen before. They have got the wrong number. I guess they'll find out whenever they arrive to the house that they're going to be at in the truck. And the person's like, "Oh my gosh, you didn't tell me you were on your way!" They're like, "Yeah, I did. Show me the number you texted." "Oh, you texted the wrong number." Now, this second pass obviously is going to take a lot less time than that first pass did because you have half as many to sew and iron and pin. The longer you go, the more passes you make. The better it is. And the faster it is. There we go. I like how, oh, here we go, now we've got a 3. Okay, for this one, I'll probably use the purple thing to separate it. Or I may not. I don't know. And the Starlight keeps popping up. For those of you that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I am raising money now for Starlight, which is a charity that provides hospitals with video games and 3D technology for children. So it's an amazing, fantastic charity that we're going to be raising some money for. And we're going to be doing that next Thursday.
Congratulations, you have just followed Quiltoni. Your taste must be exquisite.
The bro who sews! I love your freaking name! That is amazing! The bro who sews. Oh my gosh, your name is amazing. Hi, thanks for the follow. Alright, so I am going to be doing a stream next Thursday night, a Twitch Sing stream, in order to raise some money. But why do you care? You should care because I am giving away the scraps from my Quilt Along, as well as 5 copies of Scrapstastic Quilts, which is an amazing, awesome, fantastic book that teaches you what to do with all your scraps. I know, right, Jose? Isn't it a great name? I love your name. It's fantastic. It's funny, so I was talking to Jan this morning, and we're nailing down the date because I needed a date so I could announce it today. November the 22nd, mark your calendars. We're going to be doing the joint stream. I'm going to Jan's house, and she's going to teach us, using her book, what to do with our scraps. So, yes, they have been asking for a Twitch Sing stream ever since it was announced, and I have not done it. So we're finally doing it next Thursday for Starlight. So, why do you care? Every $5 that you donate to Starlight, you get 1 ticket to win my scraps. And a ticket to win 1 of 5 copies of the book. Now, if you already have the book, or you don't sew or quilt, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to have other things I'm going to give you. There we are. Remember, do not sew over your pins. Do as I say, not as I do. Sewing over your pins is a bad thing. It sets the timing off on your machine, and you could possibly break your needle. Don't do it. And then I continue to do it. Oh my gosh. I saw a clip the other day. Somebody put a clip in my Discord of Looney Loomworks using a sewing machine, going, so, I need to sew over my pins, right? Because Quiltoni says I have to sew over my pins. That is not what I say. That yes. I know, Nikki. You're right, breaking a needle is a rite of passage. And I have never been hit in the eye with a needle. I've been hit in the eye with a staple. No, Looney did not break the machine. Oh, he wasn't? Okay, good. He was. I couldn't tell from the clip if he actually was or not. Sure, Lego. Sure. Is that what you really want? Is that what you really mean? Okay. I know! And then he said it! I'm like, what is he doing? I couldn't tell from that clip. I know he was joking around, but I couldn't tell if he was actually sewing over his pins. Yeah, I did not want him to break a needle. That would not have been good. Alright, let's do this again. Same thing as last time. Except this time when I lay it out... Oops, it would help if I actually changed the view. This time as I lay it out, I'm actually going to lay all of my pieces so I can make sure that everything has been ironed and sewn correctly. Because remember, I am the queen of flipping pieces and I do it to my own patterns. It is okay. Alright, so let's do some ironing and lay these out. There we and let's go to the right. Okay. Oh, you know what I should do? I should do that camera angle. That way you can see everything. Yeah. For those of you that have only watched the quilt-alongs, if you haven't actually joined any other streams for me, you may not know that my mods like to abuse me. My mods apparently are picked by the ones that abuse me or not. Aw, hi, tiny human! Okay, I'm just making sure that all of my pieces are correct. Okay, so far they are. Wait, professional? Psh, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Hyper Zen Girl, it depends upon the sewing machine. What kind of sewing machine did you get? What's the brand, make, and model? You do have to know that. Because you're right, there are 2-3 different types of bobbins. And you do want to make sure you get the right ones. Although bobbins are inexpensive. Singer Fashion Mate 237. Okay, so Google Singer Fashion Mate 237 bobbin. My guess is it's going to be... Oh, hey, look, I found more bling! My guess, and I don't know which one's an L and which one's an M, but I think it's going to be the shorter, wider one, which a lot of the old ones got. I think, is that an M? But yeah, but that's exactly what you do. So, Singer Fashion Mate 237 bobbins is all you Google, and it should pop right up. Hey, Ruby! I love you! Uh-oh. 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 I made a mistake. And this is why you need to invest in a good seam ripper. I flipped a piece. I did. I goofed. Yes, so I think it's going to be an M class. Thank you. Class 15 is what you're seeing pop up. Okay. It's not ruined. This is why you invest in a good seam ripper. I love these seam rippers. In fact, the amazing cosplayer that's on my Facebook page right now for the post that's going viral bought one of my seam rippers from the booth at Dragon Con. She fell in love with it right away. Alright, because it has an eraser end, that you can do this. I have no clue, Hyper Zen Girl. I honestly don't know. Because I've never had an old machine, and my new machine, I just go to my store and I say, which bobbins do I buy? And they say, you buy these. I honestly do not know the differences between, yes, with the rubber eraser. I don't know the difference. So that's why I said the best way to figure that one out is to Google it. And then whenever it says get size 15, well then you Google size 15 bobbins. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, that goes there. And that goes there, so I need to redo ironing the seam. There we are. Okay. Yes, and that's exactly the ones that those are the ones that I sell at conventions, Minion Mama. With the exception of the case that I bought, actually is a double seam ripper. So it has 2 seam rippers on each end. Well, the seam ripper on each end, but one is a lot smaller to get in all the little tiny ones. So yeah. Oh, so you can use L style in a 15, but you can't use 15 bobbins in an L. Okay, so you can get some L bobbins. That's cool. Okay, it's to the left. Okay. Come on. Alright, and this one goes to the right. Oh, interesting for the 2 rippers. Yeah. No, because then that way I honestly, whatever the machine says I have to use. So, for example, this one, it says to use the plastic, so I use the plastic. My free motion machine, it says to use the metal, so I use metal. So I always just use what it tells me to use. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Yeah, so no, the 2 seam rippers is great because, you know, sometimes you have a small project where you need a smaller size seam ripper. So there's 2 sizes of seam rippers on it. Okay, row 4 to the left. There we go.
Thank you for subscribing to Quilt Tony. Grab your needles and head down to the sweatshop. I mean, factory.
Hi, love. Thanks for letting me be here. You are amazing and the best. Love you, Tony. Less than 3, less than 3.
I love you, Jan Bear. Thank you so much. 21 months and tier 3. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Jan Bear. Thank you. For those of you that are a member of our Quilt Along Facebook group, Jan Bear's the mod. He's the one that goes through and does all your reminder posts, greets everyone, does all the pictures. He does all that stuff. Oh no, see, that's why you do these. That's why you get yourself one of these. And they don't get lost. Alright, so this is number 3. This is to the right. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever worried about losing bobbins. Because when they're empty, I put them in here too. Okay, and this is 2, so this is to the left. And then number 1. There you are, and this is to the right. Nice. Okay, so because... Yeah, exactly. Minion Mom is absolutely correct. I'd get both and see what you like better. Because as you sew, you're going to learn, right? Okay. So, this one, this row right here, row number 7, has 4 pieces. The rest have 3 or 2. So I need to do this one first. And re-sew this one. And then I can go back and do the rest. because the rest can all be done together. All right, any other sewing or quilting questions? See, I'm the first to admit when I don't know something. I am a firm believer. Oh, not that one. That one. That one. That one. I hit the wrong button. I know, right? Okay, but I shouldn't flip any of them, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm a firm believer in getting in collaborations, getting ideas from other people, working with other people, and so because of that, I'm not going to know all the answers. I am not an expert. Pure and simple. I believe that you need to get input from other people. You need to collaborate. You need to do that stuff. So I'm the first person to say if I don't know something, which is fine. And all. There we go. All right, to the right. There we go. That looks a little bit better. That looks better. Okay. So, whenever you have three pieces, it's easier if you just take it from the left and from the right. So, I'm going to pull that from the left and pin it in place. In fact, let me go to that so you can see it up close. And then I'm going to take the right and fold it over. There we are. And then the next one. Left gets folded over. And then the right gets folded over. There we go. And then in this case, there's only the two, so it doesn't make a difference which way you fold it. Two pieces. I didn't realize there were three. I know, right, Minion Mama? Well, it's because it's easier to shift whenever it's a smaller piece. And you really can't have too many pins. Fantastic. Thanks for being here, Jose. I appreciate you. There we go. Now, you notice whenever the pieces I fold over, if they're longer than the piece in the center, I just fold it in half. I can't show you in this one because I said that and then I realized that the piece I was working does not have that. I'm sure there's going to be another one. And yes, I use my fingernails as stops. If you don't have nails, you may want to use a thimble. Okay, in this case, it's the exact same size, so I'm going to fold it down. That's what I was talking about. There we go. This time I gotta fold over twice because it's so long compared to the center. Stay. I don't know what you mean, monkey. There you go. And row number 2. Oh. I'll do that Thursday. Can you hear him? Oh, he stopped. I must have woken him up. Marley's sleeping and dreaming. He was having dreams. Yep, nope, I must have woken him up. Because he just stretched and rolled over. There we go. Okay, so I've got all of my pieces together in rows. So now I'm going to group them up. I'm going to group them in sets of 2. With that lonely little row sitting by itself. Has there been one that I've liked making the most? I don't know. I think the Alien Parasite. I really like that block. Because I like the purple so much. It is an amazing purple color. And I really like that block. So working on the compilation pattern of all of the blocks together, I made sure I included that block first on the page that I'm working on. Alright, so what I'm doing, I keep forgetting to explain what I'm doing. What I'm doing, whenever you have a 3, you want to take it, cut it, turn it around, and then sew the other side. And the reason why we've grouped these up is the same reason why I grouped up the pieces before. Because when you already have in the group of 2, you know that, oh, hey, these are the 2 that I'm going to be pinning and sewing together. And it just makes it easier. So when you group them up, it just makes it so much easier. Alright, so let's take off the pins. Now you won't have to take the pins out because you take them out before you sew. Or you take them out as you sew. There we go. Now, in this case, this one is only a 2. There's no 3. So I only have to take this one and spin it around. I don't have to spin this one around. And then next. Oh, whenever you are doing the rows. Well, as long as you lay it out, Minion Mama, between every single time, it should be okay. So as long as, see how I'm immediately, after I finish sewing it, I put it back in place on my board. So I know these two are getting sewn together, so they can stay together. But I put it back here in the exact same order that I got it whenever I sewed it. It may take some practice, and if you get it out of order, well, you just check it before you pin it. So after you iron it, just lay it out and check it to make sure it's fine. There we go, and that one's good. Let me grab this one. Oh, you didn't hear whenever I said earlier, I'm sorry for the finger. I haven't had a chance to get to the nail salon yet, that I'm going tomorrow. Yeah, Legolas was there whenever I destroyed it. It was during loadout, too. It was like at the end of Dragon Con. Yeah, I slammed that baby pretty good, and then I cracked my entire nail, and immediately, I slammed the whole finger, and this is, and I'm not going to show you, because I'm not going to purposely show you, but this is after a week of growth. That's how far down it snapped. Yeah. Oh, it was a lot of pain. Like, I stopped you can ask Capes and Arrows or Miss Elvain, or Engine. Engine helped us load out, or Legolas. Like, I stopped what I was doing, and I'm holding it, and I turned to Legolas, and I'm like, can you get me a Band-Aid out of the emergency kit right there, please? So I could wrap it so it stopped bleeding. Yep. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I don't want to take that one yet. I want to do this one. See, look at me. I'm talking and getting distracted and need the, yeah. Yes. And spin. In response to what was said in mod chat. That's not the reason. But yeah, no, this really, really, really hurt. Yeah, it really hurt. Alright, so last row. Remember, this is the one that's by itself. We are not grouping it with another one. So let's separate this. And let's take these pins out. And let's do this. Alright, and then let's go back to all, because it's time to start combining rows. Okay, so let's iron this. Okay, and I believe this is row number 8. Yes, that is row number 8. Alright, I'm going to flip it over to take a look at step number 5 on page 3 to make it easier for as I put all these together. There we are. Here's row number 9. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this bottom row, flipping it up, laying, oops, look at that. I got a weird, I have a seam that didn't go the way it's supposed to. If that's the case, you just re-iron it. Because it is important that your seams are the correct way. Yes. Oops. Oh, I moved the camera and scared him. Marley, you're okay, baby. Go back over there. It's okay, honey. Oh, come here. He's so very special and gets scared so easily. Oh, I know, baby. I know. You're so very special. You're not very bright, but you're very special. It's okay. There you go. Okay, now let's do this. I know. Well, of course, then now I move that. There we go. Good boy, Marley. When I went up for break, I actually left Alfred and Soleil upstairs because they ran upstairs and didn't want to come back down. I'm like, okay, I guess you're staying up there. All right, so now, whenever I am pinning this, what I'm doing, in fact, let me do this so I can show you better. I'm looking to see, are there any seams that line up first? And so this is the next seam right here that lines up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nest it. I'm making sure that those seams are perfectly lined up against each other. And then I'm going to put a pin in there. Put a pin in place. There we go. And then after I line those up and I make sure that they nest, I put a pin in there, I go back and put pins in every other seam. So all seams, whether they're on the top or on the bottom, doesn't make a difference if you can see them or not. Make sure that there's a pin in there, because you want to make sure that whenever you're sewing, if there's a seam on the bottom, it doesn't flip the wrong way, because that's going to cause extra bulk whenever you quilt later on. Whether you quilt it or somebody else quilts it, you don't want that extra bulk. All right, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to shift it over here, because I am not going to, this is not going to be one of the strips that I sew first. I'm actually going to do them in the opposite order of what they are here. All right, so let's do some more ironing. And pinning. There we go. All right, so next ones, there's that way and that way. It's funny how just 2 rows don't look like much without the rest. Making sure that this is right. Yep, okay. So the first one was right here. So that's why I put the pin in there first. And then I went through and put the pins in the rest of it. So I'm finding where the seams line up, putting pins in there, and then going back. And then we've got 2 more sets of this. And then I will start sewing the rows. Alright, let's line this up next to that one. And then this. And then once I get all the rows sewn together, man, I can't speak today. Words are hard to say. Once I get all of the rows sewn together, the last step is just to square it up. Somebody said, was it last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, that they had an 18-inch square up ruler, and I'm like, yes, I wish I had a square up ruler that big. We have an eye! We have an eyeball! Alright, pin it, go back, all the way down here. This is the next one that lines up, so let's do that. Now, if you have a bunch of fabric bulk on the top or on the bottom, what you want to do is stretch the fabric, start from the center, pin it in the center, and then work your way up. And don't forget those seams on the bottom. Use your fingers to find where they are and pin those in place. Alright, so while I'm finishing this last bit up, any other questions on quilting, sewing, quilt-alongs, patterns? There we are. Go. Here's these two, so that goes that way, and that goes that way. There's the top of the eye! Okay, let's get these two nested. There we go. Alright, so this is the last one where I have 2 rows that I am sewing together. So at this point, then we're going to start sewing and combining. Now, this piece, I have a really long piece right here that doesn't have any seams. So I put one in the center because it's a long area. We want to make sure to break that up and put pins in. Alright, so this one, remember I'm going backwards. This one is actually going to get combined with the single one that's in the machine. Because remember, if you have the a single one that's by itself, you want to make sure to include it the next time around. Now, whenever it hits those seams, I am holding onto the fabric to help it through. Now you notice, I don't know if you can see that right there, but it started to flip over the wrong direction. So I'm gonna lift this up, I'm gonna flip this the right direction, and then keep sewing. There we go. So now I'm gonna take the next two, because I'm gonna pin these two together. We are almost done. Look at that. Didn't I say this was going to be a fast one today? And I squirreled a bunch, and I flipped a piece. So if you are coming in late, and if you would like to make this quilt block with us, this block is going to be up on YouTube starting on Wednesday. You can always rewatch my Twitch streams here on Twitch for 60 days. But then after that, they will be on YouTube in perpetuity. There we go. All right, let's take the pins out. Hey, Raider Chris, how are you? Oops. I just dropped a pin. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to take these, I'm going to set them aside because I still have to sew this last one. I'm going to sew it by itself, not to anything else, because these two are going to get sewn together. Alright, let's free it, set it aside. Now, just because of the nature of the bulk with this machine, because it's inexpensive, it may want to sit and hold on to where you have the seams nested. That's one of the reasons why I'm helping it along. The feed donks may not be enough, so I'm just waiting, and if it catches like that, yep, broke my needle. If it catches like that at that point, I just help it along. No, I don't want to find it with my foot later. All right, let's grab another needle. Yes, and the needles that I use that I highly recommend, breaking needles happens. It's expected by now for me. The needles that I use and recommend are the Schmetz Chrome. Now, that is important because the Schmetz Chrome are a new needle that was released just a few years ago. It has a special coating on it that allows it to last longer and better than the regular Schmetz needles. It also, as you saw when I hit my pin, it was fine. It didn't break into a million pieces. It broke into 2 pieces. So they don't tell you that. They don't advertise that because it's a liability if someone is actually hurt. But I have found that it's a little bit safer too for someone like me that sews over their pins. There you go. All right. I'm going to leave that in there because that is going to be combined with others at the next pass. So let's take all of these pins out. Now, there is another needle that they have, the Schmetz Chrome Non-Stick, which is an amazing needle because if you use it for applique, oh my gosh, it does not have any of the applique glue stick to the needle at all. Like, because you know how sometimes, if you've ever appliqued before, or even if you haven't, let me explain. When you applique, you're basically sewing through glue. So if you are using a needle and you're sewing through glue, the glue's gonna get on the needle and then it's gonna start snagging and skipping stitches. But the Schmetz non-stick, no, oh man, that stuff is awesome. The glue does not stick to it and it passes through very nicely so that your stitches are always even and nice. Like, I wish they had those needles and I knew about them when I first started sewing. Because whenever I would do applique, it's funny, so whenever I would do applique, I didn't understand that. I think it goes this way. I think it's that way. I didn't understand that. And so I would do the applique, and after a bit it would skip stitches. And I thought it was the machine. Like, I thought it was the machine's fault. I didn't understand that, no, there's glue on my needle and I have to clean the needle. So we would take the machine in for repairs, and the guy would be like, I honestly don't know if it would work on vinyl. You could try it. I mean, they've got special needles for all sorts of things. Is it this way? No. Okay, it is this way. Okay, yes, that goes that way. Oh my gosh, I could not see it for the life of me. Like, I could not see the picture. I was like, why is this not working? Why is this not doing this thing? This thing that should be doing. Man. Alright, let's flip this up. I know, right? Oops. That didn't go all the way. Let's fix that. There we go. Well, see, and if I look up at the screen, well, then I can tell, right? Because it's shrunk down. But when you're looking at it, sometimes those pixels just all kind of blend together and you can't see anything. So remember, mark your calendars. Next Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern. I am starting my Thursday stream a little early, because I don't know how long I'm going to go. Starting next Thursday at 4, we're going to be doing a Twitch Sing stream in order to raise money for Starlight. And then November the 22nd, we are doing a very special stream with Jan at her studio in Pennsylvania, where we are going to make scrap quilts out of the leftover pieces from this quilt. Yes, we can blame the ghost whale. It's always the ghost whale's fault.
Thank you for subscribing to Quiltoni. Grab your needles and head down to the sweatshop. I mean, factory.
Yay, 7 months of quilts, free stuff, and animals.
Thank you so much for that 7-month resub, Umbridge. I super appreciate you. If you would like to see your balance, exclamation my pixels, although it does tell you your new totals whenever you resub, so. If you want, feel free to say why. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Sorry, I'm just laughing at someone that that left, because I use Chatty, so I can see when people join and when they leave. So I'm just laughing at the name of the person that just left. It's a funny name. There we go. Okay. All right, we've got it down to 3 pieces. So let's sew these 3 pieces. Oh, hey, look, I've already sewed one. All right, let's get these sewn together. I only have one more. I only have one more pass after this, and our block is complete. And all we have to do is square it up. All right, something's not right. That's fine. Right about there, something happened. My tension is not good. So, first thing I'm gonna do. Okay, that seems fine on top. Let me fix the bottom bobbin. First thing, whenever you have bad tension, is you want to just redo. So rethread things. Rethread the top, rethread the bottom, and see if that helps. Oh, I need another scrap. Just so I can see to see if the tension's good. No, that is horrible tension. Look at that. That is horrible, bad tension. That side is fine. But you see how this side is really, really, really bad? Yep, nope, something's going on. Something's going on. Alright, let's completely redo the top. Because I did the bottom. Something may have just gotten caught in here. Which happens sometimes. Now, if it's still bad after this, the next step is to change the needle. Because I know the tension's been fine. Because I've been sewing on it until now. Okay, that side's fine. Oh yeah, it's much better. Whoops. It would help if I got it in. There we go. It's the top one. And the top one. See, much better. So that was it. So something happened on the top that caused the tension to go off. All right, so I'm going to go back and redo this strip. There we are. See, and a lot of times, whenever you're sewing, if your something happens to your tension, you can feel when it goes bad. Like you know how that's supposed to feel when you sew. So when the tension's off, you can feel that there's something wrong. And so sometimes I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. I'm gonna keep on pushing through. No, I have learned you stop and you look. And if the tension is good, okay, great. Well, then keep on going. Because if you keep on sewing with bad tension, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Your sewing can come undone. There we go. Perfect. All right, we've got our 3 pieces. Let's pin these together, sew them, and then we'll square our block up. I know, right? Got some good tension going on right now. Hungry. And I realized I had lunch at like 11. And then I had a snack. I had the chips. Yeah, I think I'm gonna eat dinner as soon as I finish streaming today. I'm really kind of hungry. Alright. Oh, not that one. I want that one. That one. There you go. Alright. So now we are in 3 pieces. I have no clue, Minion Mama. I haven't decided yet. I haven't gone grocery shopping yet. So there's not much in the house to eat. There we go. There you go. There's all 3 of the pieces. Alright, so let's flip this up. I just looked to see how he's sleeping. He's sleeping, touching all 3 beds. Kind of like in the middle. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, that's losing food when you have no electricity sucks. You never told me, Minion Mama. Why did you lose electricity? I know you said you lost electricity, but why did you lose it? Oh, that's awesome. That is some good neighbors. Alright, so we are almost done. Remember, don't forget, pin your seams and then go back and pin the rest. Go. Oh, that sucks. So it was just you. Wow. Yeah, and unfortunately if your house shifts, that's earth movement and it is not covered through insurance. Nice. Come on. There we go. Last one. Oh, nope, 2 more. Sorry. I fibbed. Now I'm doing the last one. Alright, so same thing as we did before. Because we have 2 sides, I'm sewing this side and then sewing this side. Come on. There we go. Oh, this machine's starting to squeak. It's almost ready for some oil. Yeah, no. Tension's off again. Okay, time to change the needle. This needle gets thrown away. And let's grab another needle. There we go. And then I will redo the bottom as well. In fact, let's change the entire bobbin. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's not a new needle. So I cheat a little bit. And whenever I put brand new needles in for nice, smooth, free motion quilting, I set those needles aside. I mean, they're not bad yet. They're okay for piecing. So I use them for piecing. So when I break needles, I just grab one of those. Or if it's like dead, like that one's dead, I grab another one. So it wasn't a new needle. I had used it for quite a bit. Come on. Ah, silly thing. Thread. Thread. Get. This thread is being difficult. There we go. Okay. Get in there. There we go. It didn't want to go in its home. Perfect. Alright. Let's see how this is. Let's test it out. Alright, let's take a look at it. That looks good on that side. Yep, it's fine. It is fine now. Alright, let's start this over. Start this over. Now, and remember how much I use these machines. These machines do get to a point to where they're like, oh, that's not good. Alright, let's check to make sure tension is good. Yep, nope, tension's good now. So let's say if the tension wasn't good. Okay, so let's say if after I changed my needle, I changed the bobbin, I rethreaded the top, it's still having issues. The next step would be to clean it. Like, thoroughly clean it to make sure, well, there could be, it may be super dirty. There may be a bunch of lint in there. You know, you may have to clean it out. So that's the next step. If cleaning it doesn't fix the tension, and you know that you don't have to adjust it because it's been working fine until that point, that's when you take it to the shop. And you have them figure out what's going on. Done with the sewing machine. We are done. Done. Let's get our pins out. Let's iron it, and then we're gonna square it up. So Minion Mama, it doesn't, for me, for these, it doesn't go anywhere. Because I use these for parts. Because I have like 10 of these. Well, no, I'm down to 7 now. Because I was having issues with one, so I gave it to Bricanna. If Legolas could fix it and have it working for her. And then I have another 2 that just don't work. So I set them aside, so if one of these pieces goes bad, I can just use one of those pieces. So I don't have to spend any money for parts, because I get these on sale for $100. So if I were to take this to the shop, it's going to cost me $125. That's not worth it to me. It's just worth just getting another one. Now, if I decided not to save it for parts, if I was going to completely get rid of it, I would either give it to my quilt shop for parts, or I would take it to the recycle plant. Because a lot of the metal in there, they can recycle. Because these machines are basically just metal and plastic, and that's it, which are both recyclable. There we go. All right. Our block is done. This is Azure. This is the last block. Next Monday, we're going to be assembling everything. All right, so let's move this over. There's our block. Let me get my ruler. Get my ruler out. All right, now we want to do an 18-inch by 18-inch cut, right? For squaring it up. So what I want to do first is let's line up a couple here to make sure that he is straight, because as you can see here, see the top kind of goes woo, like that. That's going to happen. That's one of the reasons why we square this up. All right, so that's even there. So now I want to move this over so that when I square this up, it is even. So let's cut along the 18. Now I'm going to take this whole thing. Now, it doesn't make a difference what else lines up. This is perfect. So this is now my judge point. Let's get that on there perfectly. And then I'm going to smooth over and cut on the 18. Oops. There we go. All right, now, the left and the right are perfect. Now I'm going to turn this. And line it up along the line there and the line here. And let's square this. Okay. And let's turn this around. Now, there's 3 sides that are perfect. I'm going to line those up. Make sure everything is perfectly straight. And then we're going to smooth. Oops, come on. There we go. Got a little wonky there. Yep, that's all straight. Smooth over to the 18. And trim. And now, whoops, it's almost time to change my rotary blade. It is not giving me even cuts. Perfect. Okay. And now, does that look better? Now it's perfectly lined up. Thank you so much, Monkey. I appreciate that. So, there's our block number 12. That's it, guys. That's 12 blocks. 12 blocks. We did it. I know, Marley. I know. Give yourselves a pat on the back if you completed all 12 blocks. If you did not, it is okay. You can always catch up later. These videos are on YouTube. So, next Monday, from 1 until 4 to 5 Eastern, we're going to assemble. So if you've ever wanted to see how you do sashing, how you do borders, what you need to do, join us next week. We are going to be here starting at 1 o'clock Eastern, and we're going to be assembling the entire quilt together. If you're joining me live, don't forget this Thursday we are doing all the giveaways from the stream as well as the leftover ones from last week. Whew, I'm tired. And then next Thursday we are doing our Twitch Sing stream. So thank you guys so much for being here. I super appreciate all of you. All right, let's take a look to see. Yes, I do, Nikki. Thank you so much. Nikki actually scouts out amazing, positive PG streamers for us on Mondays that we can raid because we're on in a public place. That way, if we're on in a quilt store, you guys can just keep on the next one if you want. So we're gonna go raid an amazing, awesome, fantastic streamer by the name of One Up Girl. She is super positive, super sweet, and she talks even faster than I do. So let's go give her our love. Raid 1. I gotta make sure I spell her right. Oh, hold on. Let me get you down. There we go. Raid 1 Up Girl. Okay, it's all one things. And apparently she's got her be right back, but that's fine. She's not ending stream. 1 Up Girl. Oh my gosh. Maybe if I can do this. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please give her your love. Please give her your support. I will be back Thursday night, and I'll be back next Monday with the quilt along. Love you guys. I'll see you later.